Hi, thanks for joining us. Today, we have the birthday girl to help me demonstrate a fun Leonardo da Vinci project. We are going to dive into his notebooks a little bit. Now, Leonardo, as we've talked about, was a scientist and he loved studying things and he did lots of research. Do you remember what he particularly loved to draw? She hasn't seen the video yet. She'll know later. Anyway, he particularly was fascinated by flight, and he drew birds over and over again in their wings so that he knew how to do them. He didn't have to, by the end of his life, he didn't have to look at one to know what it was like because he'd drawn it so many times that he understood what it was like when it was closed, what it was like when it was out ready to fly, everything like that. So he did research, not just on science things, but on art things as well. So today we're going to do a little bit of research of our own, but we're not going to focus on birds. We're going to focus on faces, and more than just faces, emotions. Look at some of these fun drawings that we have in his notebooks. He drew ugly faces lots of times. He drew lots of different faces, people with big noses, people with little noses, angry people, happy people, so that he had the practice he needed. If he needed to draw a scene a battle scene where they were angry, he knew what to do. So we're gonna do some practicing. You need a partner? I have the birthday girl here. Happy birthday to her. And she is going to be my model. Now you can use your sibling, you can use a parent, you can use a friend, and take turns, because we're going to start out with quick 1-minute sketches. Now 1 minute is not very long to draw a face. So you don't have time to make sure the proportions are correct, like you would in art class where you make sure that the eyes are halfway down the face. You don't have time to make sure that the muscles and bones are all correct, which if you're ever going to go to art school, you're going to study things like this to understand how people's bodies work. Da Vinci did this as well. He studied cadavers though. Do you know what a cadaver is?
No.
A dead person. So we are going to study live people because it's a lot more pleasant. So you have your partner, and your partner is going to pick an emotion. You're going to grab your pencil. Now if you have a set of pencils like this, just so you know, the one that says HB on it is basically a number 2 pencil. And then there are ones that say B, 2B, 4B, 5B. Those are getting darker and darker and darker. The darkest you can get those is going to be really dark. And then there's H, 2H, 4H. Those are pretty light pencils. No matter how hard you press, they're not going to go very dark. So you use them for different things. For this, you can do anything you want, but no erasers. So put that eraser down. I don't want to see it in your hand. No erasers for our quick 1-minute sketches. You'll set a timer. You have your partner ready. And I want you to see how quickly my hand is moving. You don't have time to worry about it being perfect. You're not wanting it to be proportionately perfect. You're wanting to get that emotion across. So she's going to look at me. She's going to press the timer. I've got 1 minute. Ready, go. So my pencil's going to be moving the whole time. I'm getting the shape of her face down first. So I've got the gist of it. I'm going to go with the eyes. What am I noticing about the eyes? What's different about them when she's angry? There's her nose. Look at that. Her nose wrinkles up when she's angry. Oh, no laughing. That's not angry. Her eyebrows are right there. The mouth is all small and pursed. Chin is wrinkled. Head is tilted down, so I see a little bit more of the top of her head than I would necessarily. And my minute's up. Okay, so like I said, this isn't a perfect drawing. It's a 1-minute drawing where I'm getting those features in quickly. Did you see how my pencil was going around and around? I'm hardly even lifting it off the page. I'm circling. I'm not erasing any lines. And I'm just trying to notice the main things. When she was angry, her head was tilted down, so I saw the top of her head a little bit more. It also meant I didn't see, for her eyeballs, I didn't see a full circle. I saw the bottom circle part, but the top was hidden up behind the what's this called? Eyelid. There we go. That's the word. Okay, so you'll do that, and then it would be her turn, and she'd do a 1-minute sketch, and I'd do a face like, have to hold it for a minute though. That's kind of hard. So go back and forth, do that. These are warm-up sketches. Just like if you're an athlete, you do some stretching. If you're a musician, maybe you play your scales before you start your piano recital. This is a warm-up exercise. Now, if we want to take our research a little bit further, especially for you older students, we're going to get out a chart. And it's just going to look something like this. We're going to have like a normal face, a happy face, a sad face, angry face, surprise face. You could add faces on there. And this is optional, but maybe to give me some ideas, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the eyes. Like I mentioned, her angry eyes. Did you bring your angry eyes? Her angry eyes, we're just seeing the round bottom. The top of the round part of the eyeball is up in there. And notice the eyes aren't wide open. They're scrunched a little. So I would write that down. Under eyes and angry, I'm going to go ahead and write that down. So you do this chart with your partner. Have her make an angry face and write down how are the eyes different than a normal face? How's the nose? How's the mouth? The head? If this is too hard to do just in person, you could go ahead and take pictures of them and line the pictures up. You could take selfies if you don't have a partner, line those up. Really study them. See what the difference is. See that head tilt was on there? Is the head tilted down? And go through those different emotions. Then, again, if you want to continue your study and get even better at this, pick an emotion for every day of the week this next week. So say today is happy. I want you to get out your sketchbook and I want you to draw as many happy faces as you can. Now this is best done if you're really observing. Remember, Leonardo spent hours and hours observing nature and drawing it. So go ahead and have one partner do a happy face for you. Then find somebody else. You have another sister. Draw her happy face. Draw your mom's happy face. And they can be longer than 1 minute sketches, but probably not a whole lot longer because they'll have a hard time, sitting still if they're like 2 years old or something. Again, that's when you can take a picture and draw from the picture. Grab a friend. Try and draw 10 different happy faces. And then the next day, pick sad and draw sad faces. And at the end of your week, you're going to have gotten so much better at drawing those emotions. And you'll be so much more aware of the differences. And there's slight differences. It's not like my happy eyes are that much different than my sad eyes. But there is a little bit of a difference. And the more you study that, the more you will see that. And the more you will become like Leonardo da Vinci, the master of studying, of science, of art, of invention, of all these exciting things, all possible because he spent the time to notice those details, to study them, to research, to experiment. So good luck with this. I hope you enjoy it. Hope it's a little more exciting than that. Have fun and keep creating. Thank you for joining us.